Dana here with Love Soul of Flowers. On our 4th of July weekend, we are doing a 4th of July tutorial. So I'm gonna wait for some people to come on, and I'm using a new phone tonight, so hopefully I can see all the comments and everything that comes. So I will just wait for a little bit. Someone say hi so I can see if I can see comments. Just wanna test this out. I switched from Android to iPhone, so here I am. Hopefully it works out and we've got good signal and everything else. Okay, so we are here going to do an American flag heartboard, and I'm gonna show you what I've done so far. Oh, I see you, good. I see comments, we are good. Yay, hi everyone, happy 4th of July. I started it because I didn't wanna spend, too much time here on the live. So I'm just going to finish it up, but I am gonna explain to you what I've done to prep it and then to get where I've gotten. Remember, we are having our big 4th of July sale on lovesouloflowers.com. It's 60% off of regular Soul of Flowers. It's 25% off of the 5th Avenue and the fillers. The code you need for the 60% off is 4th July. The number 4, TH, and then the word July. That will get you 60% off on the regular Soul of Flowers. That excludes the 5th Avenue and the fillers, which are 25% off, and that does not need a code for that. So let me show you what I've got so far, what I've done to prep, and then where I'm at. And if you have any questions, just stop me and show me, okay? So I had just here, actually, I'll show you from the back. So I had a wood board. Now, if you are putting this on something like your front door, if you're gonna add a hanger on it or something, you're gonna wanna paint the back as well. But this is just gonna go on a wall for us here, so we didn't need to paint the back. But if you are gonna put it somewhere where there's glass, make sure you paint the back as well. Now, what we did was we measured out the front. It's backwards on our screen, I think, because of how we're looking at it. But we measured out the lines beforehand with a pencil, and we drew where our lines and stripes are going to be. Now make sure you do your sides, okay, so that when you look at the sides, that'll match up as well. Okay, so paint your sides as well before you start adding flowers, okay? So what we did use the same color that we did our stripe. We dyed our flowers, okay? So we painted our stripe and then dyed our flowers the same color. That way, when there's little gaps in between, you don't have to worry about seeing through, because you're gonna see the color that is underneath it. So I used mini bellies and mini Milky Ways to do the red flowers. And then I used mini infinity roses to do the white. And some of them are 1 inch, some of them are 1.5 inch. They're handmade, they're never exact. So it looks fine when you're pressing them together anyway. So if you can see what I've done so far, I've already done a few rows of the red and the white. And what I'm gonna do to finish up is do the rest of my red and white rows to show you how I did those. And then we're gonna do our blue and our stars. Now for the blue, I have deconstructed a large hydrangea and I dyed those blue. And then for my stars, I took jazzies and I actually cut them down. Now, if you're doing a very large flag, like on a square board, you can make these just square. You don't have to do them on a heart. I just had a heart board and I thought that would be fun. But you could do them on a large square and just make a flag. So you could probably use the regular size smaller jazzies, but I cut, because this is so small of a space, I did cut my jazzies down to make what looks like little stars, okay? So I've got the hydrangea, deconstructed hydrangea for my blue. Again, I did mini bellies and mini Milky Ways for my red, and then I have infinity roses for my board. So we've got people on now, so I'm gonna start. My hot glue gun is hot, and I'm using Gorilla Glue sticks, okay? I like to use that when I do the boards because it sticks better. All right, so before I start, reminder, just one more time, the code for 60% off on Love Soul of Flowers is 4th July. That's the number 4, TH, July. That gets you 60% off on the regular Soul of Flowers. And then the 5th Avenue and the filler is automatically 25% off. So what I've got here, I'm gonna press them nice and tight as I glue down. Now sometimes it takes a few flowers to glue down before I can really push it in. So the glue doesn't like dry immediately, so it gives me a little bit of time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put glue on the back of the flowers, kind of a hefty amount. And I spilled some glue, it's okay. It's all gonna get covered anyway, so I'm just lining them up. Yay, Amanda, you know, holiday weekend. Hope this is a good time for some of you. Again, I'm just lining it up, pressing it deep in there. It doesn't matter if you get messy with the glue at all because it doesn't matter, we're gonna cover it. So let me get these in. Again, these are bellies and Milky Ways. I think I could probably fit another one. Let me see if I had enough for it. 1, 2. Hold on, I counted these ahead of time, so. Okay. So yeah, I got 2. Now we're gonna do my white line. Now, for these guys, thanks, Connie. These guys, they have like the big, I call them like the big backs. And what I'm gonna do so they don't stick up so far is I'm just gonna cut them off as low as I can go without them untying there. Again, I'm using these Gorilla Glue sticks just for the wood board so that it sticks good. So I'm going to load that up with the glue and I'm gonna press it right against the line ahead of it, okay? These are mini infinity roses. I like how the infinity roses look because they've got that nice flat top so you can just see the tops when you put them down. And again, I'm cutting their little backs off here. Happy 4th, Connie. It's a strange year. I'm waiting for fireworks to go off in my neighborhood and like my dog to freak out, but I'm gonna try to go as fast as I can so we don't have to have that happening. I have a feeling they're gonna start soon, so, and my dog goes crazy, so we're gonna go as fast as we can here. But anyway, I'm just lining them up and pressing them down. And again, the flowers in front of them, the line in front of them and behind them, fill up the spaces so that even though they stick up high, the whole board is gonna be up high, so it's gonna be okay. Okay, so I got my next row. Then let me see which flowers I want to do for my, I think I dropped one because I had enough originally here, so let me see. I could just do 2 up there. Okay, so I'm going on with my red row. And just pumping the glue on. I'm pretty generous with the glue because I don't want them falling off. And again, do the back of your board if you're gonna put like hangers on, because you want to be able to see if it's glass. You don't want to see the back of a board, obviously. So, and if you guys get these glue strings, these like glue webs, you know, again, if you've not watched tutorials ahead of time before this, you just take a hairdryer to them and it dissolves them like right up. Okay. All right, we're on to a white row again. So I'm gonna grab more infinity roses. Again, if you're just joining us, we're gonna cut off these. Yeah, we're gonna do the blue part too with hydrangea pieces, and then I have little jazzy flowers to be the stars, so that the whole thing is like 3D and covered with the flowers. So I do have the blue, and again, if you're just joining us too, I painted the back. I like traced out the lines and everything before we painted it with pencil to make sure I had nice straight lines with a ruler to do the red, white, and blue in the background. So let me just finish this white one, then all we have is the red, and then we're gonna move on to the blue. Now again, if you use this Gorilla Glue, you are gonna get some webs because, hey Martha, because this glue tends to be a little webbier because it's like a little thicker, the Gorilla Hot Glue sticks. You could tilt your last flower a little bit to its side so that you don't see on the edge like a flower's straight like side view. I'm gonna add these guys. I probably would have added a third one. I think I lost the flower because I had 3 for up here, but it's okay. You will get the point. So I'm gonna put 2 up here. And again, this is why we also, you know, with this, if you don't wanna use a million trillion minis, then you're gonna wanna paint the background just so that you're not having to worry about gaps. Because when you look at it, you won't see any gaps. See how like when you're looking at it from there, even though up this one I'm missing one, I'm probably gonna find it on the ground or something somewhere, but even though I'm missing one of the flowers, you can't really tell because I've painted the board in the background. So that's nice and full there. So now we're just gonna move to our blue part and then we're done. So if you can you see the side angles and everything? So that's why you wanna make sure too, guys, that you're painting your sides. Don't just stop and then have brown board on the side, because then you'll see that. So this way, see how it lines up? Okay. All right, let's do our blue. Again, our blue are our hydrangea pieces. And you're gonna want to cut these guys off too. Obviously they have a wire, but you're gonna wanna cut them down. And now we're just gonna fill in the blue. Now I'm just gonna fill the whole thing in blue, and I'm gonna add my stars like at the end. I'm not gonna try to figure out how to place my stars now because that might get tricky. So I'm just gonna fill with my blue first. And again, guys, you don't have to do this in a heart shape if you don't want it to be a heart shape. You can do this just on a regular square board. You can go to the Home Depot and get one of those cheap, like plyboard kind of things and do one of those, fill those up, because it doesn't matter kind of the board underneath. And in fact, a cheaper, like thinner piece is easier to ship if you're shipping these, if you're making them, or easier to hang with like command strips even, if it's light enough. So sometimes those plyboards are actually, even though they're the cheaper ones, they're actually better for some of these things because of the weight of it. So I'm just gonna fill with these hydrangea pieces. And again, the paint that I used underneath to paint the board is the same color that I dyed my flowers. So that way there's a good match on that. And I'm not having to worry about any little peeking board through and it being like a different color, which is great because you can dye your solar flowers with any paints and any colors. These are actually, the blue is a latex, but the red was an acrylic, and it didn't matter if the flowers were soft or not because they're on a board being hung. So I didn't even put any glycerin in those because it doesn't really matter. No one's touching it or anything. So let me just clip these and fill this up, and then we're gonna add our little stars. And again, our stars are gonna be our jazzies. I just clipped them down because this is not a very large space for the blue. So I wanted them to be smaller than what they usually are. So let me fill a few more here, a few more rows, and then we're filled. If you're just joining, you can see the pinned post at the bottom of your screen for lovesolaflowers.com. Our big 4th of July sale is happening, and that is 60% off of regular Sola flowers, excluding the 5th Avenue, and that coupon code is 4th July, which is the number 4, TH July, and that will get you the 60% off on the regular, and then the 5th Avenue and the fillers are automatically discounted 25%. So you're not gonna have to worry about a code for those. Stock up if you're a bride coming up. Now's the time to get all your flowers when they're on sale. If you guys are just starting with Sola, the summer is a great time to do some hobby type work, get your kids involved even, you know, have your kids dye your flowers, teach them to do that. So, you know, Sola flowers are fun and easy to work with. You can give them even a paintbrush and let them paint and make like tie-dye type flowers. You can do all things with Sola flowers. And the summer is the best time because no one's running around to do school or anything like that. I'm sure the school year was tough for everybody this year, and it's kind of fun just to do projects together. You can have everybody in on this. You can make little boards of American flags. You can make like little mini ones to put on the walls, or to hang on your door. Again, you can add the little tacks and the wire on the back if you want to do like to make it a hanging. You would want to do that before you obviously did your flowers and your painting and everything. You would want to get whatever you're going to put on the back done first. So again, I just use command strips. It's not very heavy. So if you use like those heavy duty command strips, you can actually stick it directly to your wall. But I have so much Sola in my house that I didn't think about necessarily where I was putting this. Okay, a few more, and then we're filled up with the blue. Does anyone have any questions about what I'm doing so far? Again, this is Gorilla Hot Glue. I'll show you the bag again. It's Gorilla Hot Glue. I get mine on Amazon, and it's a little bit stronger. Once it touches the board, it sticks really, really well. So that's nice too because it doesn't slip all over. It doesn't slip all over the board. It like you put it down and it's thick enough to just hold. Martha, this board was like at just like a craft shop. Like I had seen it on sale. I think it was like a Michael's or something, but this was not current that I got the hardboard. But you can find different shapes of wood in like Michael's and stuff. You definitely can find things on Amazon. You can find like anything on Amazon. If you type in wood heartboard, I'm sure you will find one. But I believe this was from Michael's. When they had this they had like a wood sale. Okay, let me show you what it looks like before my Does Love Have Teardrop Eucalyptus? Carrie, I believe it's not in stock right now. I don't know if it's season even for that. But if you find it in the fillers and any fillers or flowers, if there's something you're looking for that goes out of stock, you can always sign up for notifications, and when it comes in stock, it sends you an email and lets you know when it's back in. Hey, Holly. Thank you. We are hoping to have a good weekend. So do you see how it's nice and full, 3D? And do you see how those colors in the back, if I had any missing spots where I didn't get to bunch it up, you would never even know because of the painted? Okay, now let's add our flowers. Our stars. Our flowers for our stars. I don't know how many I'm gonna need to fit here. So what I did again, these are jazzies that I cut down. So again, if you're doing a nice big board, like just a square rectangle flag type thing, you could probably use a full jazzy, but I cut these down because I have a very kind of small space. So I'm going to, let me try to space it out before I just glue and ruin everything. Maybe like 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm gonna do it like this. I'm just gonna go for it. Now, if you're a little more exact than I am, you can measure out your stars, but I'm just gonna go for it for the sake of this video. And I'm gonna start one at the top, and then I'm gonna do 2, and then 3. I think that works, right? Okay, yeah, I'll do 2, and then I'll do 3. And I'm just gluing it, and I'm just literally sticking it on down in there. And you could use any flowers you want. The hydrangea pieces, they squish nicely. That's why I liked them for the blue. And then the bellies and Milky Ways are nice and like flat backed. So those were good for that red row. And then I liked the Infinity Rose because it gave a nice flat look when you look down at it. Let me put this one on. Okay, I think it looks like a flag. I'm gonna hold it up, guys, for you to see. Oh, this petal. Hold on, let me take this jazzy out because I broke it when I cut it. I'm gonna stick this one instead. Okay. All right. I'm just waiting for it to dry for 1 second so that I can hold it up for you. Okay. Let's see, what do we think? Does it look like the American flag? I think it did pretty good. You could also use, we have a star flower, like it looks like a star. I think it's called just star. It's Sultan, if you're on, correct me if I'm wrong, but is the one that looks like a star where it's kind of twisty, is it just called just star? But anyway, there is one that looks like a star that you can use for a bigger board. You would have to need more space than what I have here, but I just did the jazzy and I did that. I know, right? It's cute, right? Love America, you know, the heart makes sense. Love and America. So again, painting that board is really a vital part because the flowers are not pressed so close together that you wouldn't see through it. And making sure you use the same paint to make your stripes so that it looks just the same exact colors. So like, as you can see my top row, I lost one of my red flowers. So when you look up close, you can see it, but when you're looking at it hung up, you would never notice. But I would probably add one. I'm sure it's like in my kitchen somewhere or something, but I just thought it was so cute. But again, you don't have to do a heart. I just had this heartboard and I thought, oh, that would be really cute to make it an American flag. But you can do just a rectangle and make it an actual flag. But again, painting on your sides, okay? Don't forget to paint your sides because that's really important as well. Okay, so this is our 4th of July project. I hope you like it. I hope you guys make a bunch of different patriotic things because those do sell around this time as well. And then don't forget our sale, 60% off. It's 4th July for the code, and then 25% off of your flowers that are in the 5th Avenue collection, and then all of your fillers. Okay, so like it matches my dress. I wore it just to be patriotic today, so we match. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy some family and craft. All right, have a good one.